Homeostasis. It's a word that might sound complex, but its meaning is as fundamental to life as breathing itself. Homeostasis is the process by which living organisms maintain a stable internal environment, despite ever-changing conditions in the world around them. Think of it as life's version of balancing on a tightrope, ensuring everything stays just right to keep an organism alive and thriving. At the heart of this balancing act are biological structures and processes that work together, often at the microscopic level. Let's dive deeper into how cells achieve homeostasis, focusing on cellular transport and the movement of molecules. To understand how homeostasis works, we first need to zoom in on the cell, the basic unit of life. Each cell is like a tiny, bustling city enclosed within a selectively permeable boundary called the cell membrane. The cell membrane is remarkable because it's not just a barrier, it's also a gatekeeper. It allows certain substances to enter or exit while keeping others out, ensuring the cell's internal environment stays within a narrow range of conditions ideal for life. This process of selective exchange is what makes homeostasis possible. Passive transport is the simpler of the two processes, requiring no energy from the cell. It's driven entirely by the natural movement of molecules from areas of higher concentration to areas of lower concentration, a process known as diffusion. Imagine spraying perfume in one corner of a room. The scent naturally spreads out to fill the space because the molecules move from where they're most concentrated to where they're less concentrated. This same principle applies to cells. Oxygen, for example, diffuses into cells from the bloodstream because the concentration of oxygen is higher outside the cell than inside. Osmosis, a specific type of diffusion, focuses on the movement of water molecules. Water flows across the membrane to balance the concentration of solutes, like salts or sugars, on either side. This movement of water is crucial for maintaining the right conditions within the cell. For example, plant cells rely on osmosis to maintain turgor pressure, which keeps the plant upright and sturdy. Without osmosis, the plant would wilt, disrupting its ability to perform photosynthesis and other vital processes. While passive transport is straightforward, active transport takes a bit more effort, literally. Active transport requires the cell to expend energy, often in the form of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. Why? Because it moves molecules against the concentration gradient from areas of lower concentration to higher concentration. Imagine trying to roll a ball uphill. That's active transport in action. Cells don't just rely on diffusion and pumps, they also use other sophisticated methods to transport larger molecules. Endocytosis and exocytosis are two such processes. In endocytosis, the cell engulfs materials from the outside by wrapping its membrane around them, forming a vesicle that brings the material inside. This is how some cells, like immune cells, capture harmful invaders such as bacteria. In exocytosis, the process works in reverse. Vesicles carry materials to the membrane to be expelled outside the cell. This is how cells release hormones, enzymes, and other important molecules into the body. Now, how do all these transport processes tie into homeostasis? Let's consider an example: blood sugar regulation. After you eat a meal, the sugar levels in your blood spike. To bring these levels back to normal, cells in your pancreas release insulin, a hormone that signals cells to take in glucose from the bloodstream. Glucose transporters in the cell membrane then allow glucose to enter cells via facilitated diffusion, a form of passive transport. Once inside, the glucose can be used for energy or stored for later use, helping to restore balance in the body. Another example is temperature regulation. When you're overheated, your body responds by separates, it cools you down. On a cellular level, membranes and proteins adjust to ensure that water and electrolytes are balanced during this process. This coordination between cellular transport and bodily responses exemplifies homeostasis in action. Even the tiniest organisms depend on homeostasis. Single-celled organisms like amoebas use their membranes to regulate water intake. In a freshwater environment, water constantly moves into the amoeba by osmosis. To prevent bursting, the amoeba actively expels excess water using a contractile vacuole, a specialized organelle. This simple process highlights the universal importance of cellular transport in maintaining life. In summary, homeostasis is a life-sustaining dance of balance, and cellular transport is its choreographer. From passive diffusion and osmosis to energy-driven pumps and vesicle movement, cells are equipped with intricate tools to regulate their internal environment. These processes not only keep cells alive, but also allow multicellular organisms like us to thrive in a world full of fluctuations. So, the next time you take a breath or break into a sweat, remember, your cells are hard at work, keeping you balanced, one molecule at a time.